books of Matthew, Mark, and John all tell about an interesting adventure involving Jesus, his close friends, a boat, and a storm. It all begins at the end of a famous miracle where Jesus fed a large group of people with only 5 loaves of bread and 2 small fish. After everyone had eaten and collected the leftovers, Jesus told his friends to get in a boat and sail to the other side of a big lake. When they left in the boat, Jesus took time to talk to his dad. We just call that praying. As it got later in the night and the sky grew darker, Jesus' friends were in the boat, in the middle of the lake, in the middle of a storm. So what did Jesus do next? Jesus didn't need a boat. He didn't need a life preserver. He didn't need a swimsuit. He didn't even need a rain jacket. Jesus just started walking on the water. Jesus walked on top of the lake, in the dark, in the storm, all the way to his friend's boat. His friends thought he was a ghost. Jesus said, "No worries, guys. It's just me, Jesus." So what did his friends do? They were all still very afraid, all except for Peter. He shouted back to Jesus, "Hey, if it's really you, Jesus, can I come out there and walk on the water too?" His friends were shocked, but Jesus said, "Absolutely, come on out here." Peter looked right at Jesus and climbed out of the boat, walking on the water. However, Peter quickly remembered that he was in the middle of the lake, in the middle of a storm, at night. He began to sink and cried out, "Lord, save me!" But Jesus immediately grabbed him. As they walked back to the boat, Jesus said, "Why did you worry about the water and the storm? Where did your faith go?" When they walked back into the boat, the storm died down. His friends began to tell Jesus, "Wow, if we had any doubts, they are gone now. You are definitely God's son." And this is just one great story from the King's Book.
When the disciples saw Jesus walking on the water toward them, what did they think he was? That's right, a ghost. They were seeing it with their own eyes, yet they still had a hard time believing it. Then who decided to join Jesus on the water? That's right, Peter. Peter was doing great. Then he looked around the water and the waves and remembered who he was. How in the world was a mere human like him walking on water? But it wasn't remembering who he was that sunk Peter. It was forgetting who Jesus was. Peter and the other disciples had recently witnessed the miracle of Jesus feeding the 5,000 with only 5 loaves and 2 fish. They knew he was miraculous, but the stress of the moment, Peter forgot to have faith, and he sank like a rock. Peter struggled with his faith while Jesus was right there in the flesh. We are called to have faith in Jesus, even though we can't see him with our own eyes. The Bible tells us that faith is the reality of what we hope for, the proof of what we don't see. I have a challenge for you. To prepare your hearts for faith in Jesus, come up with 5 things you believe in, even though you can't see them with your own eyes. Some examples of things we can't see but believe are very real are God, love, joy, peace, electricity, the memory of a funny joke, the way a beautiful song makes us feel, the feeling when someone forgives a mistake you've made. Jolly good Knights of North Castle, I believe we are ready for our castle call out for today. Let's all stand as we say it together. Armor up with faith. All right, Knights, the next thing you need to do is to complete your quest for today is to get your supply bag and find the Armor of God bracelet craft. You can use the craft instruction sheet you'll find in your bag for instructions on how to complete your craft. When you finish it, it will look something like this. After that, look in your student book and complete the activities for session 4.